My name is Jill Jensen. I have a tropical plants wholesale business here in Ontario called Jill Jensen Botanicals Specialties. Our sister company is named Bruce Jensen Nurseries, where we operate production facilities in Apopka, Florida. Jill Jensen Botanicals is a supplier of tropical plants to the interior landscape industry, florists, and independent garden centers across the province of Ontario. We are also a producer of custom interior landscape products shipped across North America. My grandfather actually started our nursery business, which has been operating since the 1950s. He started when he immigrated from Denmark doing potted flowering plants. My father in the 1970s transitioned into tropical plants and became one of the founding pioneers of the interior landscape industry in Canada as well as the United States. One of the most exciting things about what I do, because we deal with tropical plants, is really traveling around the world to find new and interesting plants that can be propagated for use indoors. This takes me from Central America to South America to Asia to Europe, even the Middle East are sources of plants, and actually Africa. Also very exciting and near and dear to my heart, because I took a brief hiatus from my company to go back to university to get a master's degree and ultimately a PhD, where I was working in international agricultural development, working on projects up and down the African continent, which really awakened me to the pro-sustainable and economic development impact of the plant business, the tropical plant business. So one of the core values of my company is to really support development projects in the source countries where our small plants or cuttings come from, that every plant produced and sold through Bruce Jensen Nurseries or Jill Jensen Botanicals carries a positive development message and impact with it. Had always been really moved by the concept of agricultural international development. So I decided that I wanted to be part of the solution, and that meant knowledge. That meant going back to school and really understanding and dissecting the source of the problem. What is the problem? So after a master's in agricultural economics, where I did field work on behalf of the World Bank in Kenya, I became acutely aware that the problems are as political as they are economic. So for my PhD, I transitioned into political science from an original bachelor's degree in environmental science and the production side to the economic side, to the political side, which really gave me a three-legged stool to sit on, which empowers me and gives me a really strong base on which to run my company. Science is critical to being in horticulture. I can't even tell you the importance of a scientific education. You need to have a good understanding of chemistry or water management, depending on the particular job description you end up taking in the industry. But everything from production by reducing your water footprint, reducing the amount of water you use because of the global concern over fresh water supply, or the evolving technology on bioinsecticides or biochemicals, so that we reduce the chemical impact and use what nature gives us in order to enhance the quality of horticulture, commercial horticulture. I am constantly on the lookout for new and good talent, both with our Canadian operations and our U.S. operations. For new hires in my company, I'm really looking for creative problem solvers, people who can think outside the box. I know we talk about that. It's such almost an overused phrase, but it really is important to look at a problem from a 360-degree perspective. So the most important thing I really look for are creative problem solvers and people with enthusiasm for what they do. Final words of advice for people considering horticulture or floriculture as a career is, I think this is the golden moment. It's all starting all over again. People are embracing horticulture and greenhouse production.